What's up? Day 2, and I'm still doing this. I like it. It helps me think. I gotta call my lawyer. So this is how far I've gotten today. I think I've been working on it for like 2 hours. Introduce some new colors. This one. Yeah. Studying a lot today. So this is from last night. I was learning about animations because I really want to do lo-fi videos, animated videos on my channel. And I used this app for hours and it's total trash. It ripped me off. Never using it again, but I'm going to end up using Adobe Express. So. And this was a manifestation. Oh, I watched Trinity, this girl named Trinity, and she did this video about how she manifests. And so those are notes on that, getting clear on who you are to build a foundation and consuming knowledge to manifest your desire, stuff like that. And this is a chart for energy days of the week, so that I can start working with planetary alignments. Like, for example, Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. That's the day of communication, which ironically, that is the day that I have my therapy. So that would definitely be a day that I go to the studio. You feel me? And like Friday is ruled by Venus, and that's a good day to work with sensual energy, sensual energy. I have to do better with articulation, for real, and doing your beauty routine, stuff like that. So that's that. And then, the guy that wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, he was on the show that I watched. What is it called? It's something about wealth. So that was my financial literacy for the day, about assets and liabilities, and learn about tax law and passive earned and portfolio income, child. That's what I learned about. It's really interesting that wealth is a mindset. And it was interesting that Mr. Kiyosaki said that he learned that you will be rich if you learn never to work for money. See, the wealthy use debt to make money. You feel me? And he also said learn about real estate. And so what I learned from today is anything you can teach yourself, do it. Because I'm going to need multiple streams of income. And that's only going to come by me getting new information and learning to apply it to my life. So instead of taking these digital marketing classes, I need to focus on learning about tax law and real estate, things like this. I'm already learning about health and how to make products and detoxify our bodies and transition from toxic products that we use to more natural products. But that's just one part of what I need to learn. I need to learn the mechanics of wealth. So that's the next step in our evolution. Oh, yeah, he also spoke about the importance of your FICO score, which, oh my goodness, I have learned the hard way how important your credit score is. So my goal already was to be debt-free by the end of the year. I only have 3 major debts, which aren't even that major at all, on my credit. One is a medical bill from my son from a lapse in coverage. That's $1,000, and I think they'll settle for about $500 or $600. Then I have an old cable bill that's $250. They'll settle for like $100, $125. I still have to pay off that eviction, which is $4,000, but they'll settle probably for about $2,500. Wishful thinking, but we can always try. And I've already made payments to them as well. And there's one more thing. Oh, them and that damn cell phone bill. That's $1,000. That'll settle for probably like $750. So, yeah, once I can take care of all of that and my credit card bills will be paid up within the next 6 weeks, I'll be straight on my credit score. So then we can really start making some real money, baby. so glad I quit my job. That was the best thing I ever did, was to take that leap and leave my job and start working for myself. Now I have the freedom to learn about things that are going to make my entire family rich. Boy! So happy. So I just signed up for the Rich Dad Poor Dad seminar. It's tomorrow at 3 p.m. I have a lot of appointments tomorrow. So that's Mr. Kiyosaki's gonna have a whole bunch of speakers, and they're gonna tell you how to get started on this wealth journey. So I'm really excited about that. And sometimes starting is the hardest part, and then being consistent. So, ooh, I'm getting a phone call. Amazon order. Part of my Amazon order came today. Where is it? I'm looking for. Ooh. I love cashews, but they have to be roasted, not fried in vegetable oil. So I'm like looking at all the labels on everything now. Everything gotta go. Everything has to go. I saw that the PLU number, the number on the fruits and vegetables in the grocery store, when it comes to produce, it needs to have a 9 instead of a 4 to show that it has not been treated with pesticides. And all those grapes that I just bought, 4s. It even says treated with, hold on, I'm gonna show you. Treated with sulfur dioxide for fungicide use. Let's look up sodium dioxide, shall we? It's also referred to as sodium peroxide, a pale yellow solid, and anhydrous. Ooh, I came across that word last night. I don't remember what it means, so hold on. Okay, anhydrous, anhydrous. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. It means anhydrous. Yes, it means containing no water. I came across that word when I was researching recipes and oils for my whipped shea butter cream that I'm gonna make, and that's what came up. Because I learned that using jojoba oil is a good way to keep the shea butter in its condition without getting dry and retaining moisture. I learned so much about jojoba oil, like, oh my god. It's good for your scalp, it's good for your cuticles, it's good for your skin, for dark patches. It's literally a miracle oil. So, sodium dioxide is sodium dioxide toxic. Serious by all routes of exposure. The substance is corrosive to the eye, skin, and respiratory tract. Corrosive on ingestion. Inhalation of this aerosol may cause lung edema. Wow. As much as I cannot stand Walmart, that's where I'm going to have to start getting my groceries, because Aldi's doesn't have enough vegan organic options, and neither does Martin's. And Martin's is really expensive. And so that's basically the only other option is Walmart. And for some reason, Instacart charges you extra to get deliveries from there, even though we have the Instacart Plus membership. Everything. It's ridiculous. I feel like I have to leave the country just so I can eat real food. It's crazy. So, like, moving forward, everything that we buy has to be organic. I don't know why it took me this long to take being poisoned by everything that we buy so seriously. And when you're on this path to evolving your life, when you get these epiphanies and you change, you kind of have to give yourself some grace and not feel stupid for not knowing sooner. And you have to get over that, oh, I should have known this sooner shit. like, you know now, let's not waste any more time wishing that we had known this sooner. Like, we get it. You know now. So, you know better, let's do better. I've had to change my internal... London Real. That's who Mr. Robert was on, Mr. Kiyosaki. London Real. It's the Wealth channel that I watch. He has a lot of good people on there. And that's something else they said. Learn from the greatest teachers. So I spend most of my time learning about myself in silence. As I get older, I have found that being silent is such a superpower. You find out all types of stuff about yourself. And I've learned that not everything I think needs to be expressed, especially if I know it's going to make someone else feel some type of way. And I'm glad that I'm reading that book on communication, because the semantics chapter really had me understanding that I have used words to manipulate a situation and invoke emotions in people, whether I was consciously doing it or not. And you hide behind the fact that what you're saying is true. But if you know that what you're saying is hurting someone, you need to find a different way to say it. So I'm learning to have more grace with myself and other people, because I feel like I have unrealistic standards. My standard is always perfection, so for myself. So it's like, if I do something, I feel like it needs to be perfect. Otherwise, why do it? Or be the best. But there, you know, how you do one thing is how you do everything most of the time. So I feel like I probably had unrealistic standards for the people around me too. Especially when it comes to like cleaning, probably everything. So these are the things that I'm working on to be a better human. Which brings me back to my point. I am so glad that I have the time to do that now. Like, I literally don't have time to work. And these wealthy people are saying that the wealthy do not work for other people. I'll say that. The wealthy don't work for other people. They're not employees. It's so real that apparently once you give someone a paycheck, it changes the way their brain functions. And they no longer think like a boss. They think like an employee. Which is what brings me back to when I said wealth is a mindset. It really, really is. So now that I don't have, and that's what's crazy. I felt like a slave. Even though I was getting paid for my time, I felt like a slave. Be here, stay here for this amount of time, go on break at this time. I didn't like being away from my family. I felt like a slave. And I feel like I was doing something wrong, like spiritually. I feel like I was disrespecting God by being away from my family, damaging my body and my position, being in an environment that I would not normally be in. Like, what was I doing in a factory full of men? Like, girl, what? In any other predicament like that, it would seem like I was in danger. Like, girl, what are you doing around 100 dudes? Like, but these are the things you do because you have to take care of your family, so you feel trapped. So it is slavery. It's mental slavery. It's spiritual slavery. So the thing that I thought made me stable was making me totally unstable, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And giving that up has given me the most freedom. And now I have time to pour into my family and learn myself, have a deeper relationship with spirit, and learn things that are actually going to turn into real dollars and not temporary dollars, long-term dollars. Long-term dollars. Yeah, but I'm going to stop bluffing on this Adobe editor. I had it for an entire year, and this is when I was on a real tight budget. And I was paying for it, even though I put in my little student discount, because for some reason, the last college I went to, my student number is still active. Probably because I was making payments on my loan. I don't know why. But either way, so I got a discount, but I never used it, not once. And now, but it was kind of like planting the seed. I remember when I first got my gym membership, I started losing weight before I ever went to the gym. Like, it's that mindset. I'm telling you, planting the seed sometimes is enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start learning how to use the editor before I go ahead and purchase it. Because, like I said, I am really, 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 really on making animations with lo-fi beats for my channel. Like, I want to do that. And also, I'm looking forward to going to the studio and doing lives. I'm going to do lives on the studio because I'm like, how can I incorporate lives into my channel? And it's definitely going to be the studio because everything about me is based around music, but that has not been portrayed on my channel because when you guys first met me, I was transitioning. So now that my finances are straight, I'm going to be able to start investing in that other part of my life. And so that's going to be my main focus for a while. But you'll see because you'll be there. I'm very excited about that. So animations, real estate, and taking this wealth seminar. So I will touch back with you tomorrow and let you know how these classes went.